Right now, you can see what they are trying to do to eliminate my good friend Ibrahim Traoré. Survived many assassination attempts. Because when you are doing good, they'll take you out.
Why are they after Ibrahim Traoré? Why are they trying to bring him down? Just like Thomas Sankara, the revolutionary who tried to reshape Burkina Faso, but they took him down. Now, Ibrahim Traoré is trying to continue where Sankara left off. Is there something special about him, or are they after Burkina Faso's gold and resources? So why is Ibrahim Traoré being targeted? Why? Another clip from Traoré's supporters. Listen.
This young boy, within just 6 months, has commissioned 18 factories. 18! They build cars in Burkina. They are building their own tomato. They don't import anything.
When Ibrahim Traoré came to power, he made one thing clear. Burkina Faso will rise again. For years, they labeled us poor. When we finally told them to leave, why do they refuse to go? Here's another clip about Traoré.
You see, Traore has become the hero to Professor. I and him will drink coffee about Traore. But he's doing two good things. He becomes an international icon. A young guy, younger than many of us. Traore has changed the price of uranium. France was buying uranium from Burkina Faso for $1 billion every year. He stopped the French to buy this uranium. Today, Burkina Faso is making 85 billion from the same resource.
Wow. Can you imagine $85 billion? Now everything is clear. This is why they are using every means to try to bring Traoré down. They tried different assassination plots, from sending agents to Burkina Faso, and they failed. Even offered $5 million to bribe Traoré's bodyguards to eliminate him. His bodyguards refused and told Traoré exactly what these people had planned to do to him. But despite all these attempts, Traoré remains unshaken, standing firm. Another clip from Traoré's supporters. Listen.
The jealousy, the ones that they cannot, everything that Ibrahim Traoré have done, they cannot do it because they don't have no balls to do it. The ones that wear pants, they call themselves men, and yet they are women. Even some women say better than them. I'm talking about the so-called democracy presidents. The ones that have been in power for 20 years, 10 years, 40 years, they cannot tie one road. All of the haters of Ibrahim Traoré, get this onto your head. Ibrahim Traoré will not step down for nobody. We, the continent, the citizens of the continent have put Ibrahim Traoré where he is. And nobody will remove him. Anybody trying rubbish about Ibrahim Traoré or the president of Mali, Assimi Goïta, and the president of Niger. Anyone messing around with the Sahel region, hey, you're going to have to go through all of us. You will go through all of us. We will fight to protect the Sahel presidents. We will fight to protect them.
Across the world, people stand tall for Ibrahim Traoré because he dares to challenge the forces that have long controlled Burkina Faso. Because they see a leader who fights for his people, who inspires hope where others see only fear. Since taking power, Traoré redirected millions in public funds, not into luxury, not into foreign hands, but into roads, real roads that connect people and markets. Millions invested to move food, business, and opportunity. Then came factories, big projects inside Burkina Faso. That means jobs, income, and less import. This is why supporters believe in Traoré. They say he spends money where it matters. Nothing goes missing under his leadership. He makes sure every Burkinabe benefits. Ibrahim Traoré launched a major 200 billion CFA road project. Now let's listen to Ibrahim Traoré.
The creation of this initiative, if in the West or elsewhere, in small countries that have no resources, they have paved departmental roads, there is no reason that in Burkina Faso we cannot pave our roads, especially since we have all the resources on site. That is why we decided to create the initiative to move very quickly, to be able to build our roads, our highways as well, to connect our different cities, because in what we are currently experiencing, the soldiers, the fighters on the ground need roads more than ever. You can ask them, their current priority is the road, and it contributes greatly to the reconquest of the territory. I would say more than 50%. So to support them as well, we need to build many roads to enable them to act with boldness and daring. And the mission is for us to be able to support this reconquest. And in addition to that, whether it's our producers, our transporters, our merchants, everyone needs roads. And this initiative's mission is to be able to accomplish that. It's a vast program. This is only a fifth, I would say, of the equipment expected in the first phase, which is an investment of about 200 billion. The second phase will follow, which will be the paving part. The pace will depend on what the people have desired, because very soon we will give them a status update. The goal, Hagagalame, is to be able to pave between 3,000 and 5,000 kilometers each year in Burkina Faso. I hope that we can start the work very soon for the happiness of the Burkinabe people.
Traoré is not just a leader, he's a builder, a doer, and a man reshaping Burkina Faso for the future. New roads now open trade routes, markets, schools, and hospitals for everyday people. But Traoré didn't stop with roads, he focused on building local industry. Tomato processing plants, grain mills, and food factories began taking shape. Instead of exporting raw crops, Burkina Faso now processes more food at home. Invested heavily in agriculture, giving farmers tools, seeds, and real support. More food, more jobs, and more independence became national priorities. Traoré made one thing clear: public money must serve the people. Hospitals, roads, and factories became visible across the country. As these changes began, pressure and opposition also started to grow. Reports claim multiple attempts on Traoré's life since he took power. Why would a leader trying to rebuild his country be targeted? Many point to history and remember Thomas Sankara's unfinished revolution. Sankara tried to reshape Burkina Faso, and powerful forces took him down. Now, supporters ask if history is trying to repeat itself. Despite pressure, Traoré remains standing and continues his work. Gold and mineral resources are being managed with greater national control. Youth programs and job opportunities are expanding across the country. Training and skills development are giving young people hope again. Traoré speaks openly about self-reliance in food, energy, and industry. He insists Burkina Faso must control its own destiny. Outside pressure does not stop him from pushing forward. From day one, Traoré has been smart, bold, and strategic. He didn't allow any force to control his decisions or shape his future. Traoré understood early that real change always brings resistance. Instead of backing down, he stood his ground and moved forward. Even under pressure, he focused on building roads, farms, and factories. Traoré made it clear Burkina Faso must protect its people and resources. Ibrahim Traoré is not just leading, he is shaping Burkina Faso's future. People across the continent support Ibrahim Traoré because Traoré delivers real change for for the people. Thanks for watching and keep supporting Ibrahim Traoré. Like, comment, and share this with everyone who needs to see it. Subscribe for more.